Hi there. Here's a thought. If life can remove someone you never dreamed of losing, it can replace them with someone you never dreamed of having. Rachel Walchin. Well, we can hope. I'll explain that in a moment. We're just about on the cusp of the first long weekend of 2022, and it so happens that Rob and I are marking our wedding anniversary this weekend. Well, actually, mark might be too strong a word for it. See, it falls on the holiday weekend, so we didn't bother trying to book any time away since every place would probably be busier than we want. Maybe a restaurant meal, who knows. It's not a milestone. Next year we'll be 35 years, and if we make it till then, maybe we'll do something. Who the heck knows? Okay, all right. I joke about us not being together, and neither of us has even the slightest notion of life without each other. All right, I'm speaking for myself, because without me, I know Rob would play even more hockey than the 4 times he's booked for this week, and a lot of women would scoop him up in a heartbeat. But you see, I don't really keep his life running the way he does mine, all of this extra stuff. Seriously, I can't imagine going on without him, and that's why it's so painful to sit and worry 1 month after my brother-in-law of 40 years walked out on my sister, saying at 80, he wanted to live happily the rest of his life with someone else he'd recently met. And no, he did not leave her for a younger woman. He had one. My sister is 18 years his junior. The new partner, 80. I know age doesn't matter, but you might have had some notion of why he left. We sure don't. This one sister hasn't worked outside the home in decades, and now in her early 60s doesn't have any plans to. And so you get a whole lot of confusion and despair. And yeah, she's the sister who lives in Mexico, where their community circle is small. So what to do? I've always shared with you the personal in our own lives without getting private. And believe me, there is a line, even though I do blur it every now and then. But you can imagine, actually, maybe you've even been through it, the anguish that her sisters are feeling on her behalf. Now, Dad doesn't know. We fear it would confuse him terribly, and then he'd be paralyzed with concern when there is literally nothing he can do to help. I know the feeling. A few weeks ago, I was ready to clear my calendar, chuck my fears about COVID, and get on a plane for a 14-hour trip to be with her. But she decided she needed time alone to figure all of this out. The helplessness one feels so far from family, from my dad, whose gal pal is in hospital and then likely rehab now for who knows how long after a fall and a resulting hip replacement. And of course, from an older sister whose motto, whether dealing with a life-threatening autoimmune disease for most of her life, her adult life, or any of the other challenges thrown her way, has always been kind of get over it, softened through the years to it'll be fine. Mine is get through it. And I think that she is doing that the best she can. And I tell you this story today, not to air anyone's laundry, not to garner pity or anger for my sister. Believe me, we've got that covered, we coven of Davis women. But just as a reminder that those of us who are in a relationship that is solid and sometimes blessedly dull cannot for a minute take it for granted. As a coworker of mine once said after his ex wrote a book and their breakup was part of it, no one knows what's going on in a relationship except the two people in it, and sometimes even they don't know. Bob was absolutely right. And when we feel helpless and don't know what to do, as in all things, we can be grateful, offer support, or best of all, just listen. And that includes in our own partnerships. As I say, we won't be celebrating our anniversary per se, but we will be celebrating family this weekend in all its forms. For all the foul-ups and dust-ups, the mistakes and misunderstandings, they're ours. And if they love us, then that makes us lucky, doesn't it? Have a good weekend. I'm going to take Monday off and post on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter now and then if you care to join me. You have nearly 50 Drift episodes that are free at erindavis.com to enjoy. So be my guest. I'll be back with you here next Thursday. And sweet dreams.